Before we get absolutely mortal, I'd like to remind everyone that this podcast contains two pissed up gays with their opinions, rants and raves in life, and overall explicit content, which we know you will love. Everyone and anyone is welcome to this podcast, so strap yourself in, pour yourself a large one, down it and pour another, and let's get this going and read between the wines.
Oh, I didn't think I was going to make this episode today. Did not think I was going to make this episode today. I'm so fucking hungover. It's unreal. So hungover. And I know we film this on a Friday, right? We always record this on a Friday. But last night was messy.
Last night was messy.
Really fucking messy. I don't remember getting home. I don't remember getting on the train. And I woke up still off my fucking box. Okay. You know, I was just saying just now before we hit record that I don't have a rant. I do have a rant, but anyway, let's go on to that a little bit later. Episode 11.
Indeed,
Episode
here we
11, are. 1. What are they saying, bingo? What's Legs 11,
Legs
right?
11.
Legs 11. Don't know why. Well, yeah, like the Hamburger Mary's cups we've got from LA. But yeah, episode 11. So
figures.
Double figures. And last week was the Big 10.
Yes, exactly, we did, yeah.
Which was fun. So to celebrate in 10 weeks of hell.
Of gratuitous swearing and
bearing my soul, putting myself on blast for the whole world to see, basically going bareback for 10 weeks of being vulnerable, open, honest and insulting, and I'm living for it.
If you're not red raw by now, when will you be?
I'm always red raw. But anyway, number 11. So last week was all about gay social media, and we spoke about those thirsty Instagram gays, and we spoke about the Twitter parade, and we spoke about these OnlyFans assholes. Like, we don't like those. We don't deal with people like that. But yeah, gay social media, which was quite a interesting one to talk about, and we obviously offended a lot of people, which is obviously what we do because it's our thing. But they're still listening, so that's good. But I do apologise to anybody that listened to last week and was offended by what we say. I'm only saying sorry because I have to. I don't actually mean it.
It's about as authentic an apology as...
I know we're going to go up about Holly Willoughby again, aren't we? It's authentic and believable as Holly Willoughby's statement. But yes, I'm only saying it because the lawyers are telling me I have to say it. But just deep down, please know I don't fucking mean it when I say sorry. But anyway, how's the week been?
It's been alright. It's been another hot one in London. Besides the thunderstorms, it's been hot.
Fucking hot.
Fucking
boiling.
Our pod palace.
It's like fucking sauna.
Exactly like a sauna.
Fucking sauna. And obviously, because we're recording and we're using mics, we can't have air conditioning or fans or anything on. So we're literally sweating our asses off.
Exactly.
Sweating our asses off.
The sweat that goes into this podcast quite literally is...
Literally. Literal sweat.
But my week has been good. Well, I do have some rants, but we'll come to those later.
I did have a bit of a shit start to the week. I won't go into it because people, you know, I'm not going to give the gays what they want and they want me to be sad and annoyed and had a shit start of the week. But it did turn around.
Yeah, it did
turn around.
It did.
I've enjoyed the sun, although I'm not enjoying this heat, especially with pink hair and a pink eyebrow.
And you're quite tanned
I'm very tanned, yeah. I got complimented on my tan today. Actually, it wasn't more a compliment. It was more of like an envious statement from our lovely personal trainer, who after telling me off for not exercising all week, then said that I had a nice tan. So, yeah.
Swings and roundabouts, babe.
However, I am peeling a bit on the shoulder, and I don't usually peel. But
okay.
But yeah.
Good to know. Well, there we go.
Good to know? Is this the level of conversation now? Fucking hell. Good to know.
We like to fill our listeners in on
shedding my skin, you know. But yeah, week's been alright, I suppose. Oh, we've got to talk about Submarine.
Oh yeah, the Submarine.
Poor little Titan.
Yeah.
Those poor guys imploded.
They did.
Awful. Absolutely awful. I was hooked on that. It was like I was literally focused on the news for the last few days. It was a
big story, and you were counting down the hours for them. I can't imagine what it would have been like on the actual
submarine. Yeah. I did like the James Cameron memes though, where they was like frantically rewriting a new film about it, which no doubt will fucking happen, I suppose.
No, well there we go. Yeah, Titanic 2 out in cinemas.
Titan. Anyway, yeah, sad. But anyway, going on to rants, I suppose. The week's been all right, but it's never without its downsides. It's never without things that piss us off.
Yeah.
So I said, just as we hit record, that I don't actually have anything to rant about. I actually don't. I think something just came to my head just now, but I forgot it again. So anyway, I'll hand this one over to you. Have you got any rants?
I do have rant this week. I've had to go into my office a lot more this week, which that isn't a rant. I know I'm still working from home a lot, but in a really hot London, I'm finding it incredible that people want to be very close to you still. And not want to intrude on my impersonal space. Now, fine, on the tube, I get it. We're packed and everyone's crowded on. That I can deal with because it's the London Underground. But when I'm on an escalator going up the stairs, I don't need you bumping into me because you're too close. I don't need you in a queue in a shop bumping up into me behind me because there's plenty... Well, if I want to be impregnated, that's something different. But I'm not going to do that in a queue at Lidl.
People at Lidl are not the sort of people you want to impregnate you anyway.
No,
I mean,
exactly.
It's a fucking mob. You know, I got filled up on the train once, talking of personal space and stuff.
I'd be alright with being filled up.
No, this weren't a good filling up. When I say filled up, I don't mean like literally filled up. I mean felt up, right? Filled up. I use that word. I was once filled up on a train. Sounds like dirty porno, doesn't it? Anyway, this was years ago. I was on my way to I was at drama school at the time, and I was getting the train from North Greenwich to go into London to go to Sylvia Young. And I had a script in my hand, and I was reading this script. I was reciting a script ready for my acting class because I didn't fucking read the script all week, and I suddenly realised I had to learn these fucking lines. So I was on the Jubilee line, and it was packed because the day of that class, it was an evening class, so I got on the train about 5:30, so you can imagine it was packed, right? Yeah. Got on the train, and this girl got on with her boyfriend, and the boyfriend was standing behind her, but I was standing, you know, like by the doors, you've got those little cushiony bits that you can sit on.
The end of the carriage, yeah.
Right, I was on one of those, and the girl and the boy got on, and he stood behind her, kind of next to me, and she was like, she got her hand and she put it behind what she thought was grabbing her boyfriend's leg, and actually, she was grabbing my leg. And I don't know why, thinking about the outspoken bitch that I am, I don't know why I didn't say anything, and I was like, at this point, so awkward, and I was shaking, and I was trying to read this script, and her hands went from my knee up to like the top of my thigh, and then she turned around thinking that I was the boyfriend, realised I wasn't the boyfriend, and screamed. And everyone looked round, and I've never been so fucking embarrassed in all my life. I wouldn't mind her. Well, I wouldn't mind if it was the boy that was feeling me up, but it was the girl that was feeling me up, and she weren't attractive. I didn't feel it. I weren't getting aroused. I weren't getting turned on. I was like, can't he do it? Can't the boyfriend do it? Because he was actually fucking quite good looking. But yeah, I got filled up on the train once. Filled up? I said it again. Felt up. Why did I say filled up?
One track mind.
Well, being filled up, but not on a train. I mean, that's a bit. That's really invading someone's personal space.
There we go.
But
yeah, I don't know. I find it incredible that regardless of the temperature in London, regardless of the weather, just have a bit of spatial awareness. Give people a bit of space. You don't need to be right behind them unless you're in the red room or in a...
The red room? Fucking hell.
Bedroom.
I thought you said the red room.
I don't know, what's the red room?
You not seen 50 Shades of Grey? The red room?
No, I haven't.
Oh, God. That's where all sorts go on in that red room.
Yeah, it's a bit too straight for me.
Oh, I've actually got a rant just now. Actually, about 10 minutes ago. We went round to get some wine for the pod.
Yeah.
And that lady was like very nice, but she said my hair was red.
Did she?
Yes, she did, as she was walking away. I'm like, bitch, I ain't got red hair.
Should have taken her out.
This is pink. I felt like being nice to her, and I was like, you look fabulous. And then when she was like, do I? I thought I was in my pyjamas. I thought, actually, you don't.
No, she said she looked like a hooker because
she did look like a hooker. She did. I said she looked fabulous. I was trying to be nice, but then I thought, I don't fucking mean that. You don't look fabulous. You do look like a prosy from Plumstead Corner. Let's face it, we've seen those prostitutes at Plumstead Corner, and they're all fucking messes. They're on my patch. I don't know if there's much call for male prostitutes, though, on Slag Alley, we'll call it, or Plumstead Corner Prostitute Alley.
I don't know. Saying that though, I don't think I've ever seen a male prostitute out on the street full stop.
I mean, are you looking for male prostitutes out on the street? I can't really say I'm looking for a male prostitute, do you know what I mean?
No.
If so, I mean, I should probably get a few tips, because I seem to do it all for free. I could start charging for it.
Well, if there's any male prostitutes listening to this podcast...
Oh, I've just thought of I can't even say what I'm peeking too soon. You've said that a few times before. But you know what I do love, and this is something I found really funny, was when I drive down that, obviously looking at me, I'm not the sort of person that would want to see a female prostitute anyway, but I do love driving down that road and going really slowly, and then they lean into my car as if they think I'm gonna fucking ask them for, getting, and I go, "Ugh, you little slags," and then I drive off, and I feel a sense of accomplishment.
Good.
Now saying it and recording it on a podcast, I sound horrible, which is what I said this a few weeks ago, I love being fucking horrible. It's my favourite thing to do. But yeah.
I'm sure it's the least horrible thing of their day.
Well, yeah. God, they must be fucking riddled.
Well, that's the thing. Like, they look bad enough, but what are their customers like? Oh,
don't. Anyway, rants over. I think we should move nicely on to some shout-outs. Actually, before we do shout-outs, one more rant, and this is a live rant. We're bringing this to you because this has just happened. I won't use the word catastrophic because I feel like...
We'll keep that for the submarines.
Yeah, I feel sorry for those people. But we suffered a catastrophic power cut just now and lost everything that we recorded.
Yeah, our podcast metaphorically sank below the ocean.
Oh, too soon. But yeah, another rant. I fucking hate recording this podcast sometimes because something always goes wrong. But anyway... Moving swiftly on, that was the last of the rants. But, actually, I've got one more, but I'll do that after shout-outs, otherwise it won't make sense. Shout-outs.
Yes.
So, I feel like I must shout out the lovely Enrica, who last week we mentioned on the podcast for not... Well, it wasn't just Enrica. We were like, our lovely friends that we had a drink with last week haven't listened in episode 1 or 2, so we will throw a little bit of shade, and when they pull me up on it, I'll know they've listened, and then I'll shout them out. So I'm sticking true to my word, and I'm shouting out gorgeous Enrica, who is fabulous. I had a lovely day of her Thursday. It was just us.
The Dragon Lady.
The Dragon Lady. She's not a dragon lady, but she has a lot of dragon. Let's say that. She knows what we're talking about.
Yeah, thank you, Enrica.
Thank you, Enrica. We appreciate you, and we appreciate your dragon. Must borrow it sometime.
A live show and tell, please.
Oh God, a light for the TikTok.
Maybe for the OnlyFans.
Oh God. But anyway, the lovely Enrica. And also, I feel like we need to shout out the two Jordans. So we've got, let's call them Jordan 1 and Jordan 2. Jordan 1 is a fabulous human being who, is the leader of all sorts of fabulousness and, organises some really, really impactful, influential things that we need in life. So he's amazing. He's an amazing human being.
And a massive advocate for
everything that's just right and amazing in this world. And we need more people like him in this world because he's just fucking fabulous, and I cannot wait to smash Pride next week with him. So yeah, shout out to Jordan 1. Jordan 2... I'm going to try and think of some nice things to say. Nothing's coming up. Anyway, I feel like I do need to actually mention him because we do throw a lot of shade at Jordan sometimes. What I do anyway, and he is obviously, he listens to this every week, and I do appreciate your support. We do appreciate you, but what a shame to, not have a tradition, and the tradition always been to throw shade at you. I've been doing it for nearly 5 years, so yeah, let's throw a bit of shade, But yeah, thank you for listening.
A real RBTW devotee.
A little RBTW fan girl. But yeah, we appreciate you. And but I will say, girl, I weren't feeling the Bermuda shorts yesterday.
Oh, the culottes.
The culottes, not culotte. Yeah, I weren't feeling those, but
I mean, I don't work in fashion, so I can't be commenting on people's outfits.
I mean, Jordan's outfit was a bit questionable yesterday. Fucking hell, leave those shorts for the grannies. Saying that, you do look like a granny, babe, but it's fine. But you were rocking all sorts of Where's Wally nautical fabulousness, so I'm living for your confidence. But the shorts wouldn't have suited me because they were blue. But yeah.
I hope you didn't get any bloodstains on them.
Well, yeah, because he stacked it like a bitch last night. I don't remember actually that happening because I was off my tits as well, completely drunk. But yeah.
We'll save what you did on the way home for another podcast.
What did I do on the way home? Did I do something?
No.
So what the fuck are you talking about?
Just...
No, it's not hit and run. Now you got to say it.
No, you didn't do anything. I was being facetious.
Anyway. But yeah, shout out to the two Jordans.
Yeah, thank you for
Enrica. Thank you for being fabulous, and thank you for listening. We do appreciate the love.
100%, yeah.
And you better be fucking subscribing. That's all I gotta say.
Please do.
Anyway, so we obviously had our little rant. We've had our fabulous shout outs for our fabulous people. So moving swiftly on to episode 11. So last week was all about the gays and gay social media. And, you know, we spoke about the Instagram gays, you know, the filthy OnlyFans gays and all that.
Yeah.
We offended everyone, as we always fucking
The whole
do.
spectrum of
So episode 11, we're nearly in the second trimester of podcasts. So that's great. So I thought the baton was back on me this week.
It was
back on me. So I thought, what can we do? So we spoke about kinks and fetishes. We spoke about, you know, first dates. We spoke about relationships and horror stories and everything. We spoke about loads of things.
All the things.
But we spoke about things we're proud of.
Yeah.
So this one, I thought maybe, not necessarily things we're not proud of, but maybe things that we don't talk about or things that we've been wanting to shout about, but we've never had the chance to. So this was let's call it a confession episode. So this call is the metaphorical pink confession booth.
Exactly,
right?
yeah. All are welcome.
Booth. So I thought this episode would be all about things that we have either confessed to or things that we have needed to confess to, and now is the time to do it. So it's not forgive me, Father, I have sinned. It's forgive me, Daddy, I live to sin. Right?
We all live to sin.
We live to sin. So, yes, so all about confessions. So I suppose my first question, or first thing I'm going to throw out there, and this might not apply to you, but the question is, do you have any sordid confessions that you want to confess now, or that you have in the past that you want to shout about for our lovely sordid listeners?
Well, I mean, there's almost certainly a multitude of confessions that I have. I probably need to avoid any, like, illegal situations.
Well,
maybe we'll say that for later on in the podcast.
Illegal situations, fucking hell. Well, I suppose I have had a lot. I suppose the biggest one was being a raging homo.
There we go.
Right? So that was probably my biggest confession.
Yeah.
But I suppose I've had ones over the years.
Everyone knows that now.
You know, it's always related to this. The
Always.
alcohol.
Yeah.
But I suppose one of my ones that I've never confessed to, but I feel like I should confess to now, because now's the right time, is years ago. So my family, and I've spoken about this before on the pod, my family own a chain of pubs, and I've always grown up in the pub world, and I've been brought up around pubs. Anyway, when I was this was 2009 actually, as I said, October the 13th, 2009. I remember it well, because I was asked out.
Was that the last time you were asked out?
No. Bitch, I get asked out on the regs. Don't you worry. I get it all the time. The list is as long as my arm. But anyway, I got so fucking drunk in my family pub once, and above one of my family pubs, we had a load of flats that we rented out to people that wanted to live there. So they were customers of the pub, so we rented the flats out. And I remember one night I had a customer, but it was also, I'd say, a friend that rented one of the flats out from us, and what we would get really drunk in the pub, and then we would go upstairs and we would have a party in the flat. And I remember him inviting us up to the flat that he rented out from us, and we had a massive big party, and there was quite a few of us. And I remember taking a bottle of vodka from the pub.
Confession one.
Confession number one, yes. I'm here to confess to my family that I took a bottle of vodka from the pub, right? But anyway, it was Glen's vodka, so it was really rotten. You know, it was like the rotten...
You did them a favour.
Yeah, the most disgusting vodka you could ever fucking want to drink. And I remember I drank a cup of it, like a teacup full of vodka straight, right? Drank a whole fucking teacup of vodka. And I remember, like, within 10 minutes, I started to get really wavy, and I thought, I'm really drunk. And everyone was having a party in the kitchen, and I remember taking someone into his bedroom, and I had sex with him in his bedroom, and I was really drunk, and I thought, God, so this is the first part of the confession. I'm really sorry. I don't think you're going to listen to this podcast, but yeah, I did have sex in your bedroom that night, so sorry. Anyway, that's just the half of it. Halfway through having sex with this person, I didn't decide, I actually came over ill, and I suspect it was the cup of vodka. I can't be sure, but I think it probably was the cup of straight vodka that I drank. And I was like, midway through having sex, I was like, I'm going to be sick. So we obviously stopped. We stopped having sex, and I threw up all over the bed, over the bed. And it was like the cover was like, it wasn't even on the cover, it was under the cover, because the cover was pushed back because we were doing stuff, and it was all in the middle of his bed. And it was like, and I remember this clearly, and this I obviously drank a mug of vodka, but this was when I was really fat, right? This is my 2009 fat era, when I was twice the size of what I am now. So I was a big fat guy. And I remember I had a chicken doner kebab that night before I had the vodka. And all I remember is throwing up this kebab and it had burger sauce smothered all on, and it stunk, right? And not only because it was vomit, but it was just like a kebab everywhere.
Cheap kebab, yeah.
So I just put the covers over the sick and I walked out and I carried on like nothing had happened.
Oh my God.
And I didn't say anything. Anyway, about 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm still going strong because I've been sick, so I've had second wind, and everyone had left. And then he goes into his room, and I'm still sitting in the lounge with said person that I shagged that night. And I remember him going, someone's been fucking sick in my bed. And he was like fucking mental. And he comes like storming out and asked if we knew who it was. And obviously I weren't going to say it was me. A, I just fucked in his bed as well. And B, I'd thrown up in it. So I blame my cousin. Cousin. Yeah, because we used to drink in the pub together. So I blamed him and I was like, it was Danny. Danny threw up in your bed and really said, did he not tell you? He told me that he told you. And I literally, in 2009, I blamed my cousin. So 14 years later, I'm here to confess that it was me. I threw up in the bed. I shagged in the bed and I threw up. What a dirty bastard I was. But yeah, that was my confession.
Well, that kind of, not entirely the same, but I think since we're talking about shagging in pubs, someone I used to work with many, many years ago, I haven't spoken to them in a long time. I think at that point this person had left and it was a woman, and I think she'd fallen out with quite a few people in the team I was in at the time. But we still met up and we arranged to meet because I think they'd just moved close to where I was living at the time, and we met up on a Sunday. We went for
that Craig David song. On a Sunday.
Well, we went for brunch. We went for brunch in Hackney.
So sorry to hear that.
And then afterwards we went back to a bar that I used to go into a lot, and I knew a lot of people there in Brick Lane. It was like full of artists and like street artist communities, and so I knew everyone there. I quite often got free drinks and it was all fine. But at that point, we were already pissed. And, I'd never quite fancied her, but we just had too much to drink. She didn't know. She hadn't been to this bar as often as I had, so I showed her where the toilets were. And the toilets were disgusting anyway.
It's Brick Lane, so I imagine so.
I didn't like going to the toilet to go to the toilet. But when I showed her, she basically pulled me into the bathroom and sucked me off.
Oh, that's disgusting. I bet she was traumatised, poor thing. No wonder she left the company.
No, she.
Is this Jill from Humanities?
No, it wasn't Jill.
Jill, she makes an appearance every single episode. We love Jill.
It wasn't Jill.
I don't know why I call her Jill from Humanities. It's obviously... but that's now stuck. So hi Jill from Humanities, you dirty slag.
Yeah, we fuck you. You're never getting a piece of this.
Oh God, she don't want a piece of it.
But we never told anyone. I mean, to be honest, this girl, as much as she was lovely, a lovely person, I think she'd sucked off most people in that department anyway.
You want to talk about me?
Yeah. Oh, I
know my mouth. You. No, you'd know if it was me sucking someone off my mouth. Incredible. Incredible.
That's a legend.
I got a juicy confession. I told you this the other day. I mean, she probably ain't going to listen to this, but my sister, and I'm not going to name anybody. That is the thing that I say every fucking week. I'm not going to name names. But my sister had a best friend, and obviously, much to people's surprise, I was actually straight at one point. I say straight. No, I was interested in women at one point. Yeah. Obviously, I was married to a woman, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, that was after that, but my sister had a friend, a good friend, a best friend, and she was lovely. And when I was in my straight era, let's call it the straight era, I had a certain type, let's say, right? I had a certain type of woman that I liked.
Okay.
Usually dark-skinned, dark hair, not white.
Yeah.
I didn't like white girls, right? Didn't like white girls, didn't do it for me, but I loved dark skin, caramel skin.
Yeah.
Mwah, just beautiful, 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 beautiful. Same with guys, but girls. But I was obsessed with my sister's friend.
Okay.
Obsessed with her. And I just thought she was the most, and I still actually do think she's one of the most beautiful women I've ever laid my eyes on. My confession is, I shagged her friend in secret for years. Years. I couldn't believe my fucking luck. I thought, hold on. This girl is stunning and she's into me. And we had a little thing behind closed doors. And my sister found out eventually. She went fucking mental. Right. Of course we denied it. Of course I'm going to deny it. I'm not going to tell. I ain't going to say to my sister I've been shagging your friend for fucking years, am I? So denied it. But that's my confession. Well, a confession. I've got fucking loads. I've got fucking loads to go through. But yeah.
Well, there we go. That, again, I guess, on a family-related note, I was living with my brother at the time, and the number of times that I wanted to... Well, not that I want to. I decided to go and meet a grinder hookup. Oh. But having to find excuses for, like, why I'm leaving the house at 9 p.m. Oh, it's too hot. I need to get out. 2 hours later...
2 hours later. I don't know, you're trying to kid. 2 hours fucking later.
Well, it was a 45-minute walk there and back.
Hour and 45-minute walk there and back. And 10 minutes of you trying to convince him to let you in.
Oh, yeah.
You already gave us the Glory Hole story last week.
This was not Glory Hole Boy. No.
Glory Hole Boy. Do you still talk to him? Because
no.
I'd save that as in my phone book.
In your contacts,
Glory Hole Boy.
Yeah.
I'm probably Glory Hole Boy to a few people. But, oh, yeah. Well, that's what I used to say, like, when it wasn't necessarily, well, it started as a grinder hookup, but then it progressed into a relationship for me, and I ended up with him for years, and it was 2 years of, about 2 years of obviously having a relationship with him in secret. And I think I said this on a couple of episodes ago, there's only so many times you can say to your family that you're going to stay at the girl's house, your girls from work, before that gets a little bit unbelievable, like, why are you spending so much time with all these girls? And I was like...
Player.
We are good. Not even like that. Come on. Going around a girl's house. Right. But yeah, that was like so... Well, they know now, don't they? But it's not really a confession. Sorry, Mum and Dad, I was shagging boys. I weren't going around the girl's house. I was going to shag boys. But grinder hookups. Oh, why do we always get onto the fucking subject of grinder hookups?
Oh, it's just prevalent in the gay community.
Oh, God. All right, keeping with confessions, has anyone ever confessed something to you? I have a story, and I don't talk to this person anymore, but she was my best friend. Jordan too will know who this is. She was my best friend for 25 years, and we fell out last year. We didn't actually fall out, to be honest. I went to Los Angeles, and I went for a bit of a rough period in my life where I was a bit depressed. I was actually extremely depressed, to the point where I was a little bit suicidal, and I kind of just backed away from friends at that point, and I kind of surrounded myself with my work colleagues, and those friends, people like Bluebell, people like Sean, and people that are dear friends to me now. But I surrounded myself and live my little trio, people that I felt comfortable to be around, and people that I feel like I could confide in. And I didn't really feel like I could confide in my best friend at the time because she just had a baby, right? So I didn't want to bring any negativity to her because she just had a baby. I think she got a bit offended that I backed off and I hadn't seen her baby. I was at her baby shower, and that was one of the hardest things for me to do as well, because I had other things going on in my life. Pour me some wine. I feel like this has turned into a therapy session. But anyway, there is a point to the story. So we stopped talking because of that, and I haven't spoke to her since, right? Her loss as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, we got really drunk one night, and I think we must have been in our early 20s. Okay. And we've been best friends since we were like 14, 15. Like, no, actually before then. Wow. Anyway, we got really drunk one night, and we were walking actually to the train station, not because we were going anywhere, but when I was at college years ago, we got this thing called, what was it called? EMA. Okay. EMA. It was like £30 a week from the government for being a student. You get it paid every Friday, and we used to use it to get drink. Like, we was like, let's get drunk. £30
wouldn't go over.
30. Yeah. 30. Well, get your bottle of vodka, get your bottle of Glen's vodka, that's for sure. But anyway, it was Thursday night, and we were trashed off our face. And we was waiting till midnight for it to go in. Like, I was like, let's go down and get... And we walked down, and she obviously was my best friend, and she was a little bit drunk, and so was I. And she, stopped me midway and was like, I've got to tell you something. I was like, what? She goes, I'm in love with you. And I was like, what? She's like, I've really fancied you. Like, don't you see that there's something between us? And I was a bit like, in a way I did. I kind of agreed a little bit. I kind of, there was something between us. There always was. And I did love her insanely as a friend. And also, I probably did love her a little bit. For me, it wasn't really romantic. Yeah. Purely because I was, constantly thinking of sucking boys off. But... she had this, she really confessed to me that night, and, she just wouldn't stop, and I was like, in the end, I had to kiss her. Kissed her to shut her up. I was like, there you go, got what you wanted, now let's go get some drinks. But yeah, she confessed to me that night. It was a big confession. But have you never had anyone confess anything to you?
I have, but it wasn't a true thing. I don't know at what point. So my best friend from school, who I'm still in touch with, don't speak to a huge amount because they've got kids and family now. But when we do, it's like we're like we were back in the day. He's a very dear friend to me. We went on a holiday did many holidays together when we were kids. I went with his family, but at one point, and this was before I came out to him, he said to me that he considered that he might have been gay, and at that point I wasn't.
That's what they all say.
Yeah, and not that he fell in love with me in any way, but he did consider that he was, because he hadn't gotten attraction to girls, maybe he was gay. And I was like, at that point, I think I knew I was interested in men more than women. And I was like, girl, you know.
If that's what you did, girl,
I didn't
then
say
he knew you were gay.
But I was like, okay,
trying to do this straight up and go, girl, come on.
But I was like, no, don't worry. I think you know. If you know, you know. And so, not really a confession, but like, we still have a really good, close relationship. But he said that to me, and I'm not going to mention his name because he doesn't feel that way, but I'm glad that he said that to me. Obviously now he knows that I am gay and I'm out, and he's super happy for me. And
and he's married to a woman?
Yeah, he is. He's got 2 kids.
That don't mean nothing. I was married to a woman, I had children, I'm still a massive raging fucking homo. Yeah. Trust me, marriage and children don't mean you're straight.
No, that's true. That is true.
Trust me. 6 beers, there's a difference. You're straight 6 beers later, the whole vibe can change, right? The whole fucking vibe can change. Yeah. Similar story though, like, I think I spoke about him maybe not on the pod, I can't remember. I chat load about bollocks every week on the pod anyway. But I had a friend as well. I was quite good friends with. Like, we did a lot together. Like, I think the friend that I was just talking about, I fell out with her, like, not last year, but many years ago. We fell out and we stopped talking for a year. And he had a similar experience with his best friend, who was also a girl. So we both kind of entered each other's lives in a similar kind of situation. And anyway, we within 3 weeks, booked a holiday together. And he was like a proper straight boy, but I always felt a little bit like I got a vibe from him, and I actually really fucking fancied him, I was like, oh, he's hot. We would go on holiday, and like the first holiday we ever went on, like obviously we shared a room, and nothing ever happened, but I used to love watching him get out of the shower. I was like, yes. I was still in the closet at this point, right? So I was straight, right? And so was he. Anyway, a couple of years later passes. I don't know if this holiday in particular, I was out at that point. I can't remember. I don't think I was. But anyway, we went on another trip and we got so trashed one night. We ended up sleeping together. And then every fucking night after that and that holiday, we did stuff. And I was like, yes, fucking yes. But then, like, we would go back to just being, like, friends and completely forgetting that even existed. And I think after you've crossed that boundary with a friend, that was what it was. And that's, I think even now, like, when we talk, which we don't really talk anymore, but when we do, it's quite flirtatious-y, kind of innuendo kind of based. Because, we're no longer friends now. We fucked each other. Or whatever happened. Anyway, he did eventually, like, make a kind of confession to me, and he was like, I think after all these years, because at this point I'd come out and I've said to him, well, I don't like girls anymore, like, I just want to be with boys. And he said, like, oh, I've come to realise that I'm probably a little bit more fluid with my sexuality, and I probably like girls and guys, which I thought was a big thing for him. I knew that anyway. I've been fucking sucking you off all this time. Oh, this is a terrible confession, and this is me being a terrible human being, but fuck it. I was with someone who cheated on me and was absolute arsehole to me. Can you not make banging noises when I'm doing a confession, please? One night when said partner was at work, I invited this person around, like my friend, and I shagged him in my partner's bed.
Oh my God.
Ooh, bad confession. Well, at this point, I was a scornful person. I was like, oh, do you know what? You've cheated on me. You've really broke my heart, and now I don't trust you.
Fair enough.
And now I don't trust men anymore. You've really damaged things for me. So what can I do to get back at you?
Yeah.
Have an affair.
Revenge
Shag
is sweet.
someone. Yeah, but it's not the best. It's not the right thing to do. It's not the right thing to do. When he was at work and it was in his flat, in his bed, I did it.
Yeah.
And I felt fucking great about it. So, confession, he's not going to listen to this. He hates the ground I walk on, so it doesn't really matter, does it? I mean, even if he heard it now, he probably wouldn't be surprised. And I'd just say, well, you did it to me, I did it to you. Water under the bridge, babes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I've never cheated on a partner. I'm one person and that's...
Like a one-man band. I like to fuck the whole orchestra.
No, I've got my interest in one person. I'll put all my attention on that one person.
I don't. They put all the attention on me, and if they don't put all the attention on me, that's when I'll start fucking other people, piss them off. And I'll say things like, the narcissist in me be like, you know, I fucked someone tonight. It's because you didn't give me no attention early on. Like, that's not the case.
But would you allow someone that you're seeing to have say the same thing?
I'd spark them out. No one fucks with me and gets away with it. No one cheats on me and gets away with it, because if I find out, I'll ruin your life.
There we go.
I'll shag your fucking brother. Just to piss you off. Oh, I sound like such a horrible human being.
Don't change the habit of a lifetime.
Oh, I couldn't. Leopard. Is that how it is? A leopard never changes its spot?
Can't change its spot.
Yeah, well, you know. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, confessions. I feel like we've bared our souls a little bit tonight. But anyway, I thought it would be quite fun to team up with a confession connoisseur, let's say. So we obviously have read out a few horror stories in the last couple of weeks. So I've teamed up with a Twitter user called Fesshole.
Okay.
I love the name, Fesshole. Sounds a bit filthy, so you know I'm all for anything.
That.
Anything beginning with or having the word hole in, I'm all for. I'm actually going to confess that I'm going to kill you if you keep rocking on this chair, because it's going to be a bitch for me to edit out. Anyway, yes, teamed up with Fesshole, which is a Twitter account which anonymously posts confessions from people, and it's not a gay thing. I know everything's always a gay thing on this podcast, but this isn't necessarily a gay thing. Okay. But there are gay stories, so obviously we love a gay story. So I thought it might be quite fun to read some of these confessions out.
Let's go for it.
And let's see if we can relate. Let's see if we can understand, or this might be me confessing, or you confessing, so it might be us, so who knows.
Can we give redemption to these people?
Well, some of them are quite innocent and sweet, and I think, some of them are ridiculous. Well, but I've only read a couple, because I decided to, so I screenshotted a lot of them. I didn't read the context of them because I didn't want to ruin things. So, but yeah, let's muff dive right in. That's a Luana quote.
It is, yeah.
No. I'm stealing it.
Let's dive into this hole.
let's like rim dive. Can we say that? Let's rim this hole.
Let's rim this hole.
Not the first time I've said that. Anyway, so the first one, obviously this is anonymous, so I can't name anyone. But the first one is, I bought a £50 heated clothes dryer from Argos, plugged it in, and it was useless. The local store refused a return as it was used. The manager was a total twat. What he didn't realise is I'm a director of a major Argos supplier, and I gave them all price increases, and I've cost Argos 60k. Yes, director of that supplier. Yes, that's exactly how you fucking do things.
Yeah, 100%.
Piss me off, I'm going to cost the business 60k.
We'll take you down.
Good confession. I love that.
I like that.
Sort of thing I'd do.
Yeah.
It's the sort of thing I would do.
I'm up for that.
Yeah, good confession. I love that one.
Yeah.
So this one. So the next one is that one day my parents are going to open their 50-year-old vodka they got as a wedding present, and will soon realise that it tastes like flat lemonade. I drank it 20 years ago when leaving school, but I will blame it on my dead brother. Fuck me! I didn't expect it to go there. I mean,
You blamed your cousin.
Yeah, but he's not dead.
No, that's true.
I need to reread that. I drank it 20 years ago when leaving school, but we'll blame it on my dead brother. Fuck me, that is a
dark
confession. I did a similar... I didn't blame it on my dead brother. I don't have a dead sibling. But yeah, I had a friend who bought a bottle of vodka, and it was at my house because she wanted to store it there because we were underage, right? And I drank it. And we were going to Fort Park. And then one night she came round and she was like, let's open the vodka. And I was like, shit. So we were going full part the next day. So I was like gaslighting her into thinking that we shouldn't drink because drinking a bottle of vodka the night before going on rides is a bad idea.
Yeah.
But she was having... So she opened it and she fucking downed the vodka, like proper downed the vodka. That's like sucking a dick. Then she like downed it and then she literally like dropped... She was like... This isn't vodka. So I had to confess. I had to confess 'cause she basically forced me into a confession. But what I didn't do is blame it on a fucking dead sibling. But kudos to you. Yes, Mr. Alive brother. That blamed it on the dead brother. I love that.
I have a story there because I lived in a house share many, many years ago. And there was a girl who was not earning a lot of money, but we had lots of booze in the house, mostly my housemate's gin. And one morning she woke up, and I think I was away for the weekend. She woke up to find this expensive bottle of gin that she had bought for her as a present, basically emptied. And I had to send that awkward message about, oh, I wouldn't normally worry about this, but someone's drunk my vodka, or the bottle's empty now.
Where's the confession, babes? Come on.
Well, I private messaged her and said, I'm really sorry that it wasn't me, I'm not here, but it's bad that you have to leave it out. Eventually, it turns out that one of the other girls messaged her to say, I'm really sorry, I wanted a drink, I took a drink and I spilt it. I think that was bullshit. I think she basically drank it all, but said it was spilled.
But where's the confession?
Well, she confessed that she had some, but why she emptied the whole bottle, I don't know. She drank it all and she had to basically... She didn't really confess, but she partially confessed. But I was like...
We got to get you in some new situations where these confessions are a little bit more juicy, babe, because that was really dry. I thought you were going to hit me with a punchline. Was that Jill from Humanities?
No, that was someone we're seeing on Sunday.
Is Eleanor? Helen. Oh, Helen. We love Helen. We love Helen. Naughty Helen.
No, Helen was the one whose gin it was.
Oh, poor Helen.
I know, poor Helen.
Who was the bitch that drank the
vodka? Oh, you don't know. You know, but she's fucked off now.
Well, Helen, I'm here. I will replace it if you like, because I like you a lot and I think you're fucking fabulous.
We've got you a new gin for your birthday. Happy belated birthday. Anyway.
I hate her, Helen. Anyway, let's move on. So this one. Next one is, so it says, I'm a closeted bisexual. My wife asked me why. When I do the food shop, do I always buy baby carrots? And I told her it's because they taste better. Truth is, if I buy them full-size carrots, I can never resist sticking them up my arse like they're another guy's Johnson. Firstly, I don't like the word Johnson. That's, you lost me there.
American?
But girl, it must be, right? Because that's not a British thing to say.
Nah.
But yes, if you're sticking the carrots up your arse.
We've all been questioning of carrots.
I've never stuck a carrot up my arse.
Oh, I've never done that either.
Cucumber? I haven't.
I've stuck one off.
A cucumber? Are you talking about a ginger guy?
I put it in my mouth.
What, a ginger guy? Or a carrot?
A carrot.
You sucked a carrot off? What? Why?
No, I wanted to see it. I was practicing my gag reflex.
You sucked a carrot off?
No, I didn't. I mean, how do you...
Girl, you must have been lonely. What was the point?
I think I was a teenager at the time.
That's even worse! Like, so you were of sound, like, mind. You sucked a carrot off. Okay, well, that's quite the confession. That's probably the best confession of this episode, if I'm honest. But, well, was it worth it?
No.
Well, no, you can't get nothing out of it.
Well, exactly.
So what was the point?
I just needed to know whether I could do it myself. Next confession.
Well, fucking hell. Anyway, where's all my confessions? Oh, here we go. There's another one here. Sorry, I'm using an iPad. I usually like writing these things down because I'm old-fashioned. Okay, next one. I hate the principle of self-service checkouts and try to see what I can get away with stealing without getting caught. I've done this.
I've got a lot of friends who do this.
My biggest win is an £80 wardrobe from IKEA. It's handy having a very innocent and calm face. Well, that bit's boring, but totally agree with that. You know what I used to do? Another confession. I used to, me and my friend, the one I don't talk to no more, we used to go to Morrison's. I'll get arrested next week. We used to put loads of wine through the self-checkout and we all used to have 2 or 3. One time I did a crate of Coke. The drink.
Good.
It's not a Pablo Escobar trying to stick a Coke. But Oh, well, I relate to that one. It's not really juicy, but I relate.
One of my friends always used to do everything as grapes, even bottles of wine.
Well, I get bottles of wine. That's a grape.
If you weigh it, the weight of that much grapes is still cheaper than the bottle of wine.
Well, I like the way this one started. So the next one is, I sucked off a guy down the garden path at 5 a.m. We've all been there.
Just for times.
Maybe not 5 a.m. It's usually a lot sooner than that for me. We heard an, oh my God, and both turned. A woman was stood there in her dressing gown looking mortified. I fled the scene only to get a message from him saying it was his mum.
Oh my God.
Girl. Then a second message asking me to go back and finish it off. Yes! Love the confidence. Happened to me once. I weren't engaging in oral sex, but I was having sex, and my mum burst in and caught me. She didn't. Oh my God! She just kind of like flustered a bit and shut the door. You know, like when you read that ball in LA a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
That was basically me. Ride it.
How you didn't fall off?
We were like Lego. We were connected. We weren't falling off. Anyway, this one. So the next one is, my dad thinks he has Alzheimer's and is going for a load of tests. His memory has gone and his brain isn't functioning. He doesn't have it. He's just run out of vape and nicked one from my room, and it has weed from the USA, and he's been stoked the whole time. I can't tell him. Bitch. If I say to your dad, Brad, you've been vaping on my weed vape. Like, fucking love that one.
God.
Quite the confession. I mean, not as juicy as I like, but I still kind of like that one. I like that one. That was good.
Ultimate shade.
It sounds like me. Not me, actually, because I don't masturbate. I masturbated so much when I was growing up. I find it pretty much impossible to ejaculate when inside a woman. That's because you're gay.
Gay.
That's because you're gay. It's not because you masturbated so much. As teenagers, we all masturbate so much, right? But if you can't ejaculate inside of a woman, it's because you want to ejaculate inside of a man, right? Yeah. So, anyway. Shagging for ages without coming might seem great, but I'm completely embarrassed by it. I mean, this is a tragic confession. I mean, if anything, you're confessing to being gay. Good.
Or impotent.
Well, if he's managing to get inside her, I don't think you can get inside someone floppy. The only way that would be possible, in my opinion, is if you had an arse like a fucking cave. If I can insert myself into you while flaccid... Yeah. You have an arse like the Grand Canyon.
That's very true.
Anyway, next one. I've been married 18 years.
Oh.
And I thought I'd try my chances on Tinder. Firstly, why are you on Tinder if you're married? That's not okay, but we will not judge. This is a non-judgmental podcast. Lies, we are totally fucking judging you. Turns out I'm as attractive as dog shit on your shoe on a hot day. Well, that's what you get for fucking cheating.
Yeah.
But I bought the wife some flowers.
Oh, it's a man. Of course it's a man.
Thank God I'm not single. Oh, I get it, because he looks like dog shit, so he's got a wife. That is the most tragic fucking confession.
No, yeah,
I don't even get the point of that one.
Give me his name, I want to know it.
Well, this is Festo, it's anonymous. We don't know. But anyway, yeah, I'm not impressed with that one. Firstly, you were cheating, so you fucking deserve to like dog shit. Yeah. Next one. I decided to treat myself to a wank in the shower. Wow.
Well, which shower?
But golden shower.
Well, no, I was thinking, like, is it your bathroom shower?
Oh, look at you being so innocent. I'm like, golden shower, piss fest.
No, but I'm thinking, are you out in public? Are you in a gym?
Well, I don't know, do I?
Are you in a hotel?
Well, let me read it.
Carry on.
I'm going to start again. Decided to treat myself to a wank in the shower, but found that I couldn't manage it because I couldn't take my phone in. Porn has really fucked my imagination. I mean, that's really not a confession. That's just facts.
Yeah.
Straight fact. You know what happens when you're a porn addict and you watch filthy porn?
Yeah, exactly.
I bet he's the type of person to be watching like scat videos, type of person to be watching like extreme bondage videos. You know, that really rank porn that people shouldn't be watching because you've desensitised your brain, mister, and that's why you can't fucking come now.
Pornography is the death of sex.
Oh my God, keeping on the subject of wanks, the next one's similar. After a cheeky wank... Oh, I've just read this one. After a cheeky wank, I had the urge to taste my own seed. I can now openly apologise to every girl that has sucked me off. It tasted rank. Welcome to the world of being a gay boy, because we have to fucking deal with that all the time. They say though, don't they? Don't eat asparagus if you're going to come in someone's mouth because it tastes of that.
Pineapple.
Oh, I don't mind that. Apparently, pussy tastes like pineapples if you eat a pineapple as well. I learnt that from Usher and Chris Brown.
Not all pussy tastes like pineapple.
Till you've been eating your pineapples, girl. Your pussy tastes like pineapples, girl.
I've tasted non-pineapple pussy.
I've tasted non-pineapple pussy as well. Probably would have liked it a bit more if it tasted like pineapples. Anyway.
More like gone off scallops.
Oh. That fishmongers. But anyway. Saying that, some penises don't taste very great.
Yeah, true that as well. Yeah,
especially
exactly,
uncircumcised ones.
Well, that's what I say. Just give it a wash.
Oh. You know what I've discovered? When you're washing down there and like a squirty foam. Shout out to Rituals. Oh my god, it feels amazing.
Oh, no, what's the original sauce?
Oh no, that is the worst, the mint one. Ooh. But
I am putting that on my penis.
They say though, if you suck a mint and then give someone a blowjob, it gives them the most intense blowjob ever. I know this, I tried it out with my partner.
Really?
Well, they had the mint and did it to me. Felt fucking great. Yeah.
Sales in polos are going up.
I don't know if it was polo, it was a tree bore.
Extra strong.
You know when you get out right session when you fucking put a tree bore in your mouth where you go down on him.
Did you ever have that song as a child? Tree bore mint, so a minty bit stronger, stick 'em up your bum and they last a bit longer.
In the chart?
As a child I learned that song.
I was a child. I'm just going to say this now, and this is going back a little bit because we've had catastrophic sound issues tonight. You sucked off a carrot. I just want that here, just in case it didn't record. You sucked off a carrot. That is definitely the title of this episode. Anyway, next one. My husband... Oh, I'm loving this one already. Yes, badass girl. My husband likes to look at porn on his phone while watching TV. Now, I know this because there's a mirror on the wall behind his usual seat, which he doesn't seem to have noticed. I'm waiting for the right moment to reveal that I can see every depraved thing he looks at.
What an idiot.
What a fucking saint to put up with that.
What
I'd go
an
fucking
idiot.
mental. I'd go fucking mental. One time, right, I had a friend that joined OnlyFans and I quite fancied this friend. And I went on his OnlyFans just to have a look. And I subscribed for 1 month just to check it out because I wanted to see him naked, right? I'd never seen him naked. I thought, whoa. This was during lockdown, right? So we did a quarantine quiz with my work colleagues at the time, like previous in one of my old workplaces. And I was with my boyfriend at the time that worked for the same company. Obviously I don't work for that company now. But we was loading the quiz on my Mac. And the last thing that I saw on the internet was his OnlyFans page, and he went fucking mental at me. Like, he went mental that I was on OnlyFans, like, I was viewing an OnlyFans, and I was like, I'm really sorry. I said, a friend just sent it to me. Like, I didn't realise what it was when I opened it. Confession time. I know exactly what it fucking was.
Yeah.
And I did. And I actually can't stand you no more because you broke my heart, so fuck you.
I've also witnessed people on the London Underground with clearly people who are partners on dating apps, and the way you see it is not because I look over their phone, it's because you could see it in the reflection in the back.
Oh, I know this. One time, because I liked, I don't know why, but if I'm having sex with someone over the years, I like to record stuff and I like to make my own videos. Said last week in the episode that I had my own pornos, right? I don't look at Pornhub, I look at my own videos because I'm a fucking stallion. Anyway, I was like looking at a photo of myself that I sent to someone on the train, and what I didn't realise, exactly what you're saying, is people in the fucking mirror, the window, could see it. And I had this like zoomed in photo of me with my fucking cock out, and like the guy opposite me clearly could see what I was doing, and I was so embarrassed. Central Line, all the way from Bond Street to Hanger Lane. I was so embarrassed. Anyway, lesson learned. But yeah, girl, I totally get what you're saying. But kudos to you for putting up with it, because I would have gone fucking mental. Yeah. Anyway, next one. When I enter the lift at work to go home, the recorded voice is going down. In my head, I always add, on your mum. Accidentally said it loud the other day with other people in the lift. The next minute was spent in excruciating silence.
God.
I'd respect that. I'd be like, yeah, I did. And she smelled like fishmongers. Tell your mother to eat some pineapple next time I go down on her pussy. God. Oh, that's quite an innocent one, right?
I know you were.
Funny though. Probably me. Anyway. Oh. So the next one is, I got a vibrating butt plug recently. What did I tell you about putting things on the internet?
Oh, sorry.
Used it immediately when it arrived. It was in Chinglish. What's Chinglish?
Oh, Chinese English.
Is that a word?
Yeah.
Is that offensive? I don't like it. Let's just say it was in multi-language, right? I don't like that word. I don't know if it's offensive, but I don't like it. Anyway, and there was a button called shock. I thought this was a vibrating intensity. Turns out it was actual electric shots. Immediately, it shot out of my arse and hit my dog in the face. The vibrator shot out of his arse and hit the dog in the face.
Poor dog.
He ended the confession with, mortified. Poor dog.
Yeah, exactly. I feel more worried about the dog than the fucking guy.
I bet that's what you've done to my dog downstairs.
No,
my little Pomeranian.
No
one is fucking crazy. Especially seeing you shove a vibrator up your ass.
I don't do that in the kitchen.
Oh, God. Oh, so you do it elsewhere, do you? Anyway, next one. Oh, this one's a bit tragic. I'm a lonely man in his 30s who likes to wear women's sports bras. Not because I get off on wearing women's clothing, but because the bra hugging in my chest feels tight and it feels like someone has their arms wrapped around me. Oh, fuck off.
God.
Fuck off. That's fucking sad.
Yeah.
So, I'm so sorry you're lonely, but if you're getting attention from a sports bra, babe, you need to go on Hinge or Tinder or Chappy or Grindr or Hornet, one of them.
And also, influencers get a lot of money for doing the same thing. So,
well, he should contact Nike. They'll give him a couple of sports bras. Anyway, next one. This has got to be from someone up north. This has got to be from the north of the country. My boyfriend is obsessed with gravy. He got me to agree. Oh my God, girl, what's wrong with you? He got me to agree to be covered in gravy and have him lick it all off. It was disgusting and I felt degraded. He keeps asking me to do it again and I'm running out of excuses. I may have to dump him. Girl, if you agreed to be covered in gravy and you did it and he licked it off, girl, your pussy tastes like gravy.
No, the whole thing about food and sex, I just don't get.
Do you know what though? I disagree. This is really weird. This is a confession.
Here we go.
So my ex used to work at an airport, right? He was in aviation and he obviously got duty free, but then he also got a discount on duty free, so it was fucking dead cheap. So every Friday we would have at least 3 bottles of Bolly or 3 bottles of Verve. And he got into, I don't know if I want to share this. He used to love pouring champagne on me, right? And oh God, why am I saying this? Anyway, it started off in the navel and he would pour it and lick it out, which I thought was quite attractive and quite cute and it was quite nice. But anyway, it soon progressed. And he was circumcised and I'm uncircumcised. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I'm flying the flag for all uncircumcised British people here. I'm here with you. Anyway, he got a kick out of putting champagne, drinking part of the champagne, keeping it in his mouth, and then going down on me and pouring the champagne into me and holding it shut, right? So I had it because he didn't have a foreskin, and then slowly drinking it out.
Oh. I think drink is slightly different than food items.
But drinking champagne out of a foreskin is probably not the right thing to do.
But then my question is, there was a
your
whole...
bellend tastes like Verve. Your bellend tastes like
use Bolly, then all for it. But
you can cut my wrist and I bleed Bolly.
If you don't people put vodka in their eye and you get drunk really quickly?
Or up your bum. Put vodka up your bum, it goes into your bloodstream quicker.
So does the same thing happen to your penis?
No. I'm living proof of that.
Okay, fine.
Didn't.
Oh, no, fine.
I mean, it got him off and it was his thing and I didn't mind it. It just felt a bit weird.
What a waste of Bolly.
Why was it a waste of Bolly? You drunk it?
Yeah, I know, but...
What do you mean a waste of Bolly? What, are you going on me and it was a waste?
No, it's just...
Waste of carrots?
No, but... Surely your body absorbs some of it.
Babe, it's not sitting in there it's not like a fine champagne maturing. It goes in there for about 10 seconds and then he drinks it.
Yeah, but it goes in the slit.
No, no, it does not.
Fine. I take it
Stick
back.
to sucking your carrots off. That's all I've got to say. Leave me to have Bolly in my penis and you can have carrots in your mouth, right?
Yeah,
oh, and I think that was it.
Which?
Oh, actually, hold on.
Oh, second wind.
No, I don't think there is. I'm just checking. But I love these. No, I think that was it. But yeah. Shout out to Fesshole on Twitter because we loved I loved reading these, and I thought it was one of the funniest things I've ever...
Go give them a follow.
Give Festhole a follow, because, you know, they're making moves on Twitter. It's fabulous. I love it.
Take a break from the thirsty gays on Twitter and their amateur porn.
Stay away from their free fucking content. Go follow Festhole, because it's a hilarious account, and they post things daily. Like, it's so funny. That was just a snippet of what they post. I mean, I could have gone on for ages, but
we're here for that.
We are here for that. So, like, fucking hell. So yeah, the Pink Palace has heard all sorts tonight. We've confessed our sins.
Exactly. Yeah. Ready to move on to the next week. Confession free.
Confession free. I'm sure there'll be stuff to confess to next week.
100%.
There always fucking is. God, look at me, I'm sweating. It's all those confessions. Literally sweating. This is like a sweat box, this room. It's fucking sweating. Anyway, confession free. I think we should close this.
Indeed.
Close the confession booth for a week. Well, for this week anyway. And that just means we can sin for the next 7 days, and maybe we'll confess again next week, or maybe we won't. Maybe we'll leave it like I did from 2009, and we'll do it 14 years later when you're about 83.
Indeed. Yeah.
But anyway, yes. Confessions done. Yeah.
We can move on with our lives.
We can move on, and we can feel free of sin. Well, not free of sin.
Redeemed and non-guilty.
Feel like we're going to gay heaven. Nightclub. Anyway, yes, but as always, we appreciate you listening, and if you want to see more of us, and obviously we film these as well as record these, so you can see actual footage of us being clowns, if you follow us on TikTok at RBTW Official, where you'll find some really funny clips. I do apologise, I didn't put a clip up of last week's one. I was fucking busy. But there will be one next week, but you can see from episode 1 through to 10, 9, 10. Anyway, just go fucking follow us and see it, because you can see all sorts of shit that we get up to.
And hey, confessions do not end on one episode, so if you'd like to send confessions to us, you can email us. Any emails are appreciated. And you can email us at rbtwofficial@gmail.com.
No one fucking uses the email address. We say it every week, but it's still there for those older gays that probably don't do TikTok. So please drop us an email. But please, yes, follow us. And one thing that I need to say is please subscribe to our Spotify playlist. Please subscribe to our podcast, because it means the world to us, and it really helps us when you subscribe on Spotify. And you also get some pretty fancy push notifications now telling us that we have a new episode out, because the views have been quite good. So we are appreciating it. We appreciate you all for listening. And yeah, confessions over. On to next week. So I suppose that means the intro is from me next week, but the subject is on you. So yeah, you've got a few days. You've got a few days to come up with some sort of, I've raised the bar with the confessions this week, so, get it out there, and who knows. Oh, actually, we will say next week is Pride.
Yes, next week is
Pride, so maybe it can be a Pride-themed episode, but actually we will record this pre-Pride, so let's think of something juicy for Pride. But we will be at London Pride next week, and I would love to say that we would shout about this podcast, but we didn't fucking shout about it in Los Angeles, so we're probably not shout about it in London. We forget to do it, but yes.
We'll get our own flag, so please look out for the Read Between the Wines flag.
Yes, and please come and say hi to us if you're there. Come and give us a little shout out. We can play you on the next pod.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for listening. I'm going to sign this off now, and you're going to sign this off now, because I'm actually sweating. This has probably been the longest recording ever, because we've had so many sound issues, but we've made it.
We made it.
But yes, we shall see you in the next one.
Exactly, episode 12.
Yes, episode 12. So please subscribe now, and you'll get the notification to say when the next one is out. But we do appreciate you all, and we shall see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.